After an absence of 12 years, my good friend Deborah and I have returned to the Spanish Costa del Sol, where I lived for a few years. This time, having sold my villa some years ago, I have rented this luxury apartment at CALAHONDA, a complex a few kilometres north of Marbella. From the balcony, which can be used open or closed, a good view of the Mediterranean is seen. Unfortunately, on the day we arrived, a strong wind and bad weather caused the sea to be extremely rough. Happily, this was the only day of bad weather we experienced during our stay of 3 weeks. On this holiday, we are relying on public transport, and so on our second day, with the sun shining, we took our first bus ride to PEURTO BANUS. We soon got the hang of bus travelling, and as long as you know the right stop to get on, and, more importantly, know when to signal the driver that you want to get off at the next stop, then everything is fine. PEURTO BANUS is where the first big change is apparent. 12 years ago, this millionaire's playground was a one-street affair which ran alongside the marina. Now it's a bustling small town with bus depot, pubs, cafes, boutiques, hotels and apartments. The newly built facilities and streets are fairly quiet compared with the original area, which hasn't changed much. It still attracts the tourists who come to window shop and perhaps have a £3 cup of coffee in between admiring the fabulous ocean-going boats which use the moorings all the year round.
Qué bonito, ¿eh?
Facing the harbour entrance is a statue of Dr. BANUS, the founder of the port, which is named after him. We are lucky on this occasion to see one of the smaller boats close to as it enters the marina.
Se lleva la entera, porque a mí no se lleva que se va a las enteras.
Another day and another bus. This time it's an excursion coach taking us to the mountain resort of MIHAS. We chose an excursion coach to save us from having to change buses en route. MIHAS has not changed much in the main centre, although the shops have a more modern look. A lot of new properties have been built on the mountainside approaching the town itself. However, the spectacular views still remain as impressive as ever. Yes, she's still on the phone.
Oh, yes. I think that you would like it.
This is a new building. It houses the Museum of Miniatures. Business must have been good, as 12 years ago it was housed in a caravan trailer. Now it's in a building made to look like a trailer. The exhibits are truly amazing. These paintings are only 1 inch wide, while these heads, sculptured in ivory, are only ½ an inch tall. To see this exhibit, you actually look through the microscope. It is part of the Lord's Prayer, written on the head of a drawing pin. This is a cocktail stick with 7 vertical paintings displayed on it, whilst this is a ballet dancer carved on the end of a matchstick. Winston Churchill is easily recognised in this amazing carving made on a standard size blackboard stick of chalk. It's only 1 inch high. The Irish state coach, used in connection with British coronations, is faithfully copied as an ivory carving only 2 inches long. This fellow once roamed a rainforest in South America, but alas is now reduced to being a shrunken head. The statue of Christ looks down from its lofty perch onto a very small and very famous 400-year-old church, which has been carved out of a solid rock formation. This church keeps up with the times. Modern worshippers no longer have to buy candles and light them themselves. Instead, they put their money into the cabinet and the gas-filled candle shapes ignites automatically. Just a short journey back down the mountain is the popular resort of Fuengirola. This is a very smart, modern and clean resort, much favoured by the British. The promenade facing the marina boasts the usual gift shops and price-friendly cafes. The marina itself is quite extensive and caters for the small boats owned by the local population. No ocean-going yachts here, mostly little open boats with outboard motors. The marina is one of the very few on the Costa del Sol that provide a home for the local fishing fleet. Most, if not all, of the fish supplied in the town's cafes and restaurants is supplied by the fishermen who use these boats. Fuengirola is well known for its street market, which takes place every Tuesday. It is acknowledged as being the largest of its kind on the Costa del Sol. Outside to the entrance to the market itself are several bars and cafes, all doing a roaring trade. It's pleasant to sit and watch the world go by as you listen to the music and song provided by live musicians. Through the arch and you're in the market, and each stall seems to have its own music playing.
Vamos ya, señora, 2 frentes por 7 euros, señora. Traído por 10, hija, unos 100 por 10.
Tantito.
If any lady is easily offended, then look away now. Okay, you can look now. That reminds me to tell you that if you need a loo whilst at the market, you have to visit the indoor sports centre. Once inside, you have to walk right round the complex to get where you want to be. Sometimes, as now, some kind of activity takes place, and you're welcome to sit and watch.
Y aquellos ojos verdes de mirada serena. Billy, Billy, mira. De besos y ternura y aquellos ojos verdes que yo nunca olvidaré.
During this visit, we've seen a few changes, all very pleasant. Oh dear, it's that man again. And so once again, we have to say a fond farewell to our favourite Costa.